Hey, Goal Digger, Kimberly Olson here. Guess what I have for you today? We've had so many people asking us about automation. Like, what do I use in my business to run this company? Or if somebody's newer, starting out, and they have a full-time job or caring for an elderly parent, and they're just really struggling to fit it all in. Automation is key. This is where you learn how to work smarter and not harder. Start to scale your business and get bigger results with less effort. So what I'm going to do is pull from the archives a boot camp that I did, and you're going to get a peek inside the first session for this training so we can get you started with automation domination. So we're going to talk about mastering the mechanics, strategies for seamless automation. So top 10 core systems to automate. So these are the top 10 areas of your business to automate. Notice we don't have 100 systems to automate or 500. This isn't a lot of things here, guys. It's 10 core systems. We're not automating all of them at once. This is the end game. This is the final goal. These are the big picture look at what we want to work towards. It could take you a year. It could take you 2 years. It could take you 5 years to implement all of these areas. But would it be worth it to take the time to do that? Absolutely. Number 1, automating lead gen and follow-up. So what I want you to do is I want you to notice which systems are going to be most important to you right now, okay? Every single one of you, unless you have this automated, you're going to want to do this one, okay? Because this is fundamental for those of you who are building on social media. So we're going to automate lead gen and follow-up. So we're going to set systems up to capture the leads, either through a landing page, our website, social media. We already talked about that earlier today. Number 2 is use scheduling tools for social media management. So we can plan our social media out. We use Social Planner, which is inside of Social Connector. So you can use whatever you want for that. There's lots of tools out there, but you need something. Instead of having 15 apps downloaded on your phone and you're not using any of them, just pick one and get the one going, okay? Number 3, automate customer support with chatbots. So this might be a little advanced for some of you, but for those of you that have an active, base of clients and customers and people, having a chatbot on your website, you can implement tools and plugins and things like that for that, or it can be built in with something like a social connector or social media. So did you know you can set it up that people can interact with you in Messenger so they can ask questions? You've interacted with other people's support bots, right? You know how you go on the chat on a website to get help with something and they ask you questions and then other things happen. That's what a chatbot is. Number 4 is automating invoicing and payment collection. When I first started, I used PayPal and I would manually go and get people's payments. I'm like, okay, your second payment's due, literally. So I've come a long way and that means you can too. Number 5 is create automated email campaigns. So instead of you emailing out over and over again, every time somebody gets a free resource from you, you're going to have emails scheduled to trigger for that person automatically, okay? If you have a new client come in, you can set up the emails to go out over the course of their time with you. Really important because that repetitive stuff is very time consuming. Number 6 is streamline project management with workflow automation. You guys know I love Trello. Asana is coming in hot as far as becoming my favorite tool. So I love Trello for all my visual stuff and creating things and just if I have to use graphics and I don't know, I just love Trello. But Asana for actual workflow and project management is my number 1 favorite tool because with Asana, we can create tasks and subtasks. We can assign it to people. We can put due dates on there. You can repeat things. I also use Asana for my own task list. So what I'm doing every day, posting on my personal profile, posting in my stories, all that. So you can choose whichever one you want to do, but you can do that. You can come up with a project management tool. You can copy them and reuse them. It's really important if you have a team as well. Number 7 is automate data backup and security. Put a sad face in the comments if you have ever lost your computer data, okay? I'll never forget my senior year of high school. I had to go across the street to my friend's house to use her computer because we, like I told you guys, didn't have a lot of money. So we didn't have a computer. And I was the last one to get to use it because there was 2 in high school, the 2 girls, and then they let me use it last. So it was really late. It was 9:30 at night. I'm typing this paper and I typed the whole thing. And then I go to print it and it was gone. And I had to retype the whole thing all over again. trauma, right? Just pure trauma. So if you have lost all your data, you know what I'm talking about, okay? You can automate that. You can automate that. I use Backblaze. I've used it for years and I love it. And you can take everything on your computer and put it on another laptop or whatnot. It's awesome. Number 8, automate appointment scheduling. If you're manually sending out or picking dates for your calendar, do you know how time consuming that is? You can just put your availability in something like Calendly or Social Connector, and then you can actually automate your appointment scheduling. Number 9 is automate content curation and distribution. So you can implement automation tools that curate relevant content based on your industry. Basically, you can use something like the automated content curation and distribution to be able to just stay on top of things. That's probably another one that's probably outside of your experience right now, but we just want it on the list because it can be an important piece. Number 10 is use CRM systems to automate customer relationship management. We've used HubSpot before. We now use a Social Connector instead, but HubSpot is kind of known for that. Salesforce, they're kind of pricey. But basically what you can do is you can automate the customer relationship management. So you can automatically follow up with clients, track, interaction, their engagement, just making sure nobody slips through the cracks. Because you don't want to have clients and then not pay attention to them and not have a good system to make sure that they're participating, right? The list goes on. So with so many tools available, it can be overwhelming, right? And we're not going to choose to participate with the word overwhelm. What we're going to do instead is we're just going to test some different things out. We're going to make a priority list, which I'm going to walk you through, and then we're going to implement. That's it. There's nothing overwhelming about this at all, unless you choose for it to be overwhelming. Essential tools for streamlining workflow. So I'm not going to go through all the tools. I'm just going to tell you what each one is. So one tool you can use is project management and collaboration. So this would be something like Asana or Trello, as I told you guys about, but we've curated a list. We've done research for you so you can see all the different ones out there. Time management and tracking. So especially if you're working with a VA, we've personally, our team has used Clockify, but it's great because while the person's working, they can just use the app, turn it on, or the tool, turn it on, and they can put what they're doing and it tracks their time while they're working. So it's like a real interactive, accurate report. You can do it for yourself as well. So if you're somebody who struggles with time management, you need to be here tomorrow because we're going to spend a lot of time on time management and productivity and all of that tomorrow. And you could use one of these tools to track yourself for a day. And you're going to identify how much time that you actually have free that you didn't realize. Password management and security, we use LastPass, but you can actually put the login information for any websites or wherever you have to log in, put it in LastPass, and then you can add users to it, but it's encrypted. They can't see the password or the login, but you can grant them access and remove it with a click of a button. But then all your stuff is safe, right? Essential tools for streamline workflow continue is note-taking and document management. So this can be really helpful if you are needing to note-take or write things in a Google Doc, if you've heard of that before. And what's nice about that is it is tools that other people can access, but you can come up with a system for that. I've actually used Evernote with teams, so like in network marketing, to be able to write out a plan for them whenever they're like for Black Friday. I would write everything out in Evernote. I would have a project broadcast flow created for them that they could add to their own project broadcast. I'd have examples of like social media posts they could put up. I would give them the steps that they needed for DMing. I put all of it in Evernote and then they could just all see it. So there's cool things that you can do with that. Communication and video conferencing, you guys know Zoom's pretty much dominates. There's other options too. Email marketing, there's some different ones on here. Task automation. So Zapier is something where it can make ClickFunnels connect to Teachable, which can connect to, say, ConvertKit, which is what we use for email marketing before we migrated over to Go High Level, also known as Social Connector. So for Zapier, the other one that I've used a lot is If This Then That. So you can tell it, if I post this on Instagram, go and post it over on Twitter or X, whatever it's called, Threads app, whatever you want to do with that. But that's a really cool tool. Okay, I have to interrupt this train for something really exciting. We have a brand new resource for you. It's called DM Scripts That Sell. We're going to be able to give you actual scripts you can use for every step of the sales process, starting with new connections all the way to closing those sales right in the DMs. So what I want you to do is join our community, Gold Digging Boss Babes. Head over to guide number 1. You'll see it right away. You can grab it, start using it today, and that way you can start to learn how to sell in the DMs. Okay, so here's your action plan. Steps to streamline your business. This is what you're going to do. You're going to review each system on the list. So come up to the systems back up here. Okay, we've got our 10 core systems up here. So automating lead gen, using scheduling tools for social media, automating customer support, invoicing, email campaigns, project management. Maybe you just need to get yourself really organized with a good project management tool such as Trello or Asana. You need to back up your data, right? That's just you set it up and you're done. But maybe for some of you, that's like you don't have that in place. Appointment scheduling, content, curated content, or CRM system for customer relationship management. So if you have a lot of clients, you might want to look at something like that. Okay. So that's the first thing. Review each system on the list. Identify which systems are already automated in your business. So which ones do you already have set up? Give yourself a gold star for that and a little check. Prioritize the remaining systems based on your business needs. So out of everything that's left, which ones are the priority? Which one do you feel are most important? Not fun or probably easiest, but which ones would make the biggest impact for you? Set timelines and resources needed to automate each remaining system. So I recommend picking 3. And then when are you going to set a deadline for yourself? And always give yourself a little more time because things tend to take longer than we think, right? Regularly review and optimize your automated systems to ensure they continue to support your growth, right? So put a system in place and give it a month or two and ask yourself, is this working for me? Here is your homework for implementing your automation strategy. Day 1 session homework. Number 1, you're going to prioritize your core systems for automation. So your task is review the top 10, identify the top 3 systems. Which systems are currently the most time consuming or prone to errors? So what you're currently doing. How will automating these systems contribute to your business growth? Research and select essential tools. Now we need to figure out the tools. And I'll show you just a little screenshot of tools out there and how you can replace them all with the all-in-one that we are such big fans of. Because I do find that people really struggle with all the tools and all the logins and all the monthly fees and all the things. So we have a solution for you guys. Based on the systems you've prioritized, research potential tools or software that could help automate these processes. For those of you that are using something such as an all-in-one, such as Go High Level or Social Connector, I want you to figure out in there which tool, what the tool is called, okay? Or where it is in the back office. I want you to figure that out. So you can't just put, oh yeah, I've got an all-in-one, I'm good. Like you need to figure out what the tool is, okay? Or ask somebody. So based on the systems, research potential tools, how will automating these systems contribute to your business growth? So we have to connect to the why so we can follow through and see it through. 3 is develop your automation action plan. Using the automation action plan framework, create a detailed plan for implementing automation in the systems you've provided. What are the specific steps needed to implement each tool? Maybe you need to download the tool. Maybe you need to create an account. Maybe you need to watch the welcome kickstart or quick start video. Maybe you need to do some things that it's asking for you to do. Probably the biggest thing is going to be watching the video, going slow and giving yourself the time to watch it and implement it, and knowing that you have a way to ask for help. Okay. So if you need some help with something, that's really important when you're implementing a tool. What timeline will you set for each step? This is really cool because often things take, I know I just said give yourself more time, but when you go to do it, a lot of times these are way easy. You've been putting it off and you built it up into this big thing in your mind, and then you go to do it and you're like, it wasn't so bad. So what timeline will you set for each step? What resources, time, money, training will you need? Set up a regular review schedule. So establish a routine for regularly reviewing and optimizing your automated systems. How often will you review the effectiveness of each system? Okay. So let me share my screen over here. I want to show you the all-in-one that has everything in it. My team, Goal Digger team, they will, maybe it won't let me do it here. Oh, I can do it, but it's just not going to share. Okay. The team will drop the link below for this. It's called Social Connector, fueled by Goal Digger. So I just want to show it to you since we're on the topic of automation. But if you already have your own things in place, great, knock yourself out. So the monthly amounts on here are actually lower. This is on the conservative side. So if you have funnels, you use ClickFunnels or even StanStore. You guys know I'm a huge fan of StanStore. Just any of these things you're using for your funnels. It can be, we pay $300 a month for ClickFunnels. We're moving away from that. I love ClickFunnels. I love Russell. I was had a chance to do a mastermind with him as one of his top affiliates. That's how Michelle Spark and I actually met in person. He's amazing. So love these tools. Just looking for ways for entrepreneurs to simplify and streamline. So any funnels that you have can cost a couple $100 a month. Websites, right? It's going to be $30, maybe more a month. Forms and surveys. So I actually pay $80 a month for a quiz builder. So it can be higher than that. Two-way email marketing. So think MailChimp, ConvertKit, $50 a month, maybe more. Two-way SMS marketing. So that's text messaging, unlimited appointments using something like Calendly, automations. That would be something like Zapier, courses and communities. So you guys know we've used Teachable for a really long time. We're moving that over too. Kajabi is really popular. Instagram comment. So basically ManyChat. We pay way more than that amount because we built it up. Unlimited AI content. So if you know what Genius tools are, like Genius Birthday, Content Genius, there's just all these automation tools. That's what this is talking about. So AI content can generate content for you. Facebook profile automation. So you can do some automations on your personal profile, done for you content, Genius Birthdays. This is just extra stuff that they have. But some of you are paying for all these automation tools. It's all built into this. Okay. So it's $97 a month. You can cancel at any time. It's not a big commitment, but you could literally put everything in here. And then you can also get support with a migration if you need to. Okay. If you're already on Go High Level and want to move it over. So if you have any questions on that, we actually built a thing inside of it for you guys where you just fill out some information. It'll spit out a landing page for you and the emails and all the things. So we have some cool stuff in there for you, some templates that you can use. But this is a good example of like how you can simplify. Some of you have all of these accounts and all of these logins and you're spending all of this money, but you're not using the tools. We don't want that, guys. We don't want to be doing that. Okay. That's really important. So make sure that you absolutely have streamlined that. And that way you are feeling good about the money you're spending. You know, you've got to work on having, you need some of these tools in place and you need to spend the money. It's a tax deduction. These are tools that you need for your business. Okay. I always ask myself, what am I worth? What's my time worth? And then let's say you say, okay, well, my time's worth $30 an hour. If you can find a tool, listen to this. If your time is worth $30 an hour and you find a tool that can free up an hour a week, 30, 60, 90, 120, that's $120 a month of your time that you would be paid that you're worth that this tool could free up. And maybe the tool costs $15. So you're thinking, oh my gosh, $15. If it's freeing up 4 hours a month, it's so worth it. You have to start looking at the ROI on it and you have to learn how to leverage your time better so you can stay in your lane, stay in your zone of genius, and then have this other stuff working for you. Okay. All right, that's a wrap, Goal Digger. So as you can see, it's not hard. It's not difficult. This is absolutely something that you can learn and that you can implement. Look below this video for additional resources. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe and browse the channel, binge the playlist. We have topics on sales, marketing, social media, mindset, and all the things. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire.